Hey y'all, welcome to another episode here on my channel. Hope you're having a blessed day. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Blackberries and my Blackberry trellis system. Alright, so as you can see here, I'm here at my Blackberry trellis. Now it is late April. My Blackberries are small for a reason, because I just planted them. This is my first year growing Blackberries. I'm excited about it, and so that's why my Blackberry plants are small. I'm going to do another video on my selection of Blackberries and why I chose a specific variety. So the first thing that I will say is I actually learned this trellis system from watching other YouTubers, and there's a guy out of Texas that has a Blackberry patch, and he actually talks about why he uses this method. And so I've done a lot of research before I built a Blackberry trellis, and so there's some reasons that I chose this specifically, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about this setup and why I chose it. So first off, I want to talk to you about the items that you're going to need to build your Blackberry trellis. First off, you're going to need some T-post. Now I would say this is probably a 30-foot long row. I've got 10 Blackberry plants spaced out roughly 3 feet apart, and I've got 6 T-posts. Now I got the 8-foot T-post because once you drive that T-post into the ground with a T-post driver, don't go buy a hammer and try to do it with that. Spend the money and get a T-post driver. When you get out there and do that, and you've driven that T-post down in the ground a foot, 2 feet, then you've got a T-post around this mark. And so that's why I like to get a longer, or not longer ones, taller T-posts. And so make sure you get, if you can find, a 7-8 foot T-post, that's going to be your best bet. The other thing you're going to need, and you don't have to use this item, but the other thing you're going to need is fence wire. Now, I used a 17 gauge aluminum wire. You can get this at Tractor Supply, Lowe's, Home Depot, doesn't really matter. But I got one roll of this. It's 250 foot. That's going to be plenty for you to create the trellis system. What I'm going to do from here is just kind of do a walk around of my trellis system. So what you've got here, you've got the T-post in the ground. And then all I really did from here is I started my my fence wire around this section. I'd say it's probably around 4.5 feet. And then all I did was wrap it around several times and then run it on down, wrapped it around some, then ran it down to the end. You kind of get the picture. But all I'm doing is circling these T-posts, because the goal in that is to create a simple trellis system to where these Blackberries can grow up and over each side. So when they're a little bit younger, you've got this part at around the 3 foot mark. And so when they grow up and it's really windy like it is today, it's going to give them some support either way. And so that's why I have the welded wire at 3 foot, and I've got it around maybe 4.5 to 5 foot. One thing I will say is that there are a ton of options in regards to trellising your Blackberries. I chose this because I just think that it's a really easy way for your Blackberries to have support. Doesn't matter which way they grow. They have it when they're younger, they have it when they're older. But either way, it's providing a good support structure for those Blackberries. I'm also growing a variety that's got big berries and is going to produce a lot, and so I wanted a pretty good sturdy structure for those Blackberries. So again, the only items you need: T-post, T-post driver, and welded fence wire, and something to cut that welded fence wire with. So that's really it. That's the extent of my Blackberry trellis system. Hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please click like and subscribe. I put out content twice a week to help you become a better gardener and be more resourceful with the items on your property. Again, you only need a few items to make this. Get out there, grow a Blackberry. It doesn't matter where you're at. Plant a Blackberry plant, and I promise you will not be let down with the amount of fruit that one plant will give you. See you on the next video.